Okay, next illustration 2. So what they've given here is when expenses are apportioned in proportion to cost of goods sold. So whatever the expenses, if in the problem if it is mentioned, so you are apportioning based on the cost of goods sold. So a supermarket carries on its business through five departments. Departments A, B, C, D, and E. So here we have five departments. So in the first problem we had only two departments. So here we have five departments wherein you have to write five columns plus the total. So salaries given. Okay. The next we have, so salaries comes under your profit and loss account, indirect expenses. The next rent and rates and tax, your profit and loss account. Insurance, again it's under your profit and loss, and your miscellaneous expenses is again under your profit and loss account. Okay, so here when you look here, have they given individually for all the departments here? No. So they have given in general. So you will be finding out. So these are the expenses. So this expense you will be finding out based on the cost of goods sold. All these expenses are chargeable to each department in the proportion to the cost of goods sold in the respective departments. Okay, so that is what they have said. So that is point A. And the point B is the following balances as at 31st March 2018 were ascertained. Opening stock for all the departments given, purchases, sales, and closing stock is given. Okay. So prepare the profit and loss account to show the final result of each department and also the combined result with respective percentage on sales. Okay, so they have asked finally to find out the percentage of sales as well. Okay, so here, so first is, have they given the cost of goods sold here? The problem, no, they haven't given, but they have told you have to calculate based on the cost of goods sold. So how will you find out the cost of goods sold? That is nothing but you have your opening stock, the details are there, opening stock plus purchases minus your closing stock, you get your cost of goods sold. Okay, so this is a basic formula to find out your cost of goods sold, that is opening stock plus purchases minus your minus your closing stock, we get your cost of goods sold. So once you get the cost of goods sold, you will be finding out the ratio, so that ratio will be segregated based on all the five departments. Clear? Then you will prepare your trading and profit and loss account as usual. The solution here, so calculation of cost of goods sold first. Okay, so first is we have opening stock plus purchases minus the closing stock. So let us work out here. So we have five departments, isn't it? So here we have five departments. So write down the format, particulars A, B, C, D, and E. So what is the first item? So you will be writing the opening stock. So opening stock is given, isn't it? So opening stock for all the individual departments is given 15,000, 9,000, 22,500, 12,000, and 13,500. So opening stock, so what will you do next? You will add your purchases. So purchases, what are your purchases? 1,08,000, the next 90,000, 30,000, 78,000, and 90,000. Okay, the next, so you will add your purchases. So now let us add the purchases here. So if you add, we will get, please use your calculators, 1,23,000, 99,000, 52,500, 90,000, and 1,03,500. Okay, so next what you're supposed to do is you will deduct your closing stock. So less a closing stock. So what are the closing stock given? 36,000, the next 12,000, okay, the next 9,000, 3,000, and 16,500. So what will you do with this? Will you add or deduct? So you have to deduct here. So less. So from this you will deduct your closing stock. So we get 87,000. Okay. The next again we get 87,000, 43,500, 87,000, and again we get 87,000. Okay, so what is this? Cost of goods sold. Okay, so we got the cost of goods sold. Now we got the cost of goods sold. So it has been apportioned based on cost of goods sold. Have the apportionment done here? No, we have to find out the apportionment here. So how will you do? How will you find out the ratio? That is okay. So what is common here? We have 87,000 here. So now 43,500. Okay, so we have 43,500. Instead of doing cancelling again and again, so you can go directly here. 43,500 ones is 43,500. 43,500 into 2, 2 gives you 8,000, 87,000. Okay, again 43,200 500 into 2 gives you 87,000. So 2 and 2. So did you all understand how did I get this ratio here? So 43,500 into 1 za, again this becomes into 2 za is 87,000. So we will get the ratio of 2. Okay, so 43,000 is 1 year, and apart from that we have 87,000 for everyone. So it is based on 2. So how, what is the ratio now? So the ratio will be 2 is to 2 is to 1 is to 2 is to 2. So what will be the total? 2 plus 2, 4, 4 plus 1, 5, 5 plus 1, 5 plus 2, 7, 7 plus 2, 9. Okay, so this will be a total. That is 2 by 9, 2 by 9, 1 by 9, 2 by 9 and 2 by 9. So this is how you will be working on the apportionment. Clear? So now let us prepare the trading and profit and loss account for the year ended. Okay. So I'm working this solution here. Okay, this is illustration 2, the solution. Okay, so first we worked out the cost of goods sold, isn't it? Now I'm working on horizontally, because we have 5 departments, wherein if you work on vertically it's very congested, so you can go ahead like this. Okay, this is how the format, the horizontal table is. Okay, so what is the first item? So first item is to opening stock. So write down to opening stock. So how much is the opening stock given? 15,000, 9,000, okay, 22,500, 12,000 and 13,500. So you have to add all together. So we get 72,000. Clear? The next we have two purchases. Okay, so purchases 1,08,000. This is all given. So you have to just write down the numbers here. 30,000, 78,000, okay, 90,000 and the total is 3,96,000. Okay, the next by sales. So what is your sales given? So 1,44,000, for B 93,000, C 45,500, D 96,000 and E is 1,01,000. So what is the total? 4,79,500. The next by closing stock. Okay, the closing stock you have to write down. So we have the closing stock given 36,000, 12,000, 9,000, 3,000, 16,500 and the total is 76,500. Okay, so 76,500. Now next, so what will you be writing here? The next is, so you have to look in your debit and do we have any other direct expenses? No, we don't have carriage, wages and all given. So we have indirect expenses that comes under your profit and loss account. So we have opening stock, purchases, and we had written the sales as well as closing stock. So now when you look here, your credit balance is said to be more and your debit balance is less. So first write down what is your credit balance. So write down your credit balance. So your total is 1,80,000, 1,05,000, 54,500, 99,000, 1,17,500 and the total is 5,56,000. Okay, so when you look here, we have only less amount here. Okay, so 5,56,000 is your total. Now find out your balance. So what will your balancing figure name as? So to gross profit carried down. Okay, so 1,80,000 minus 15,000 minus 1,08,000, we get 57,000. So again deduct likewise for department B. We get 6,000, 2,000, 9. Please work out 9,000, 14,000 and 88,000. So now write down your total. So 1,80,000, 1,05,000. This is the total. 99,000, 1,17,500 and 5,56,000. Clear? So this is your total. Now to gross profit. So what will you do the next item? So you will write it as by gross profit brought down. So how much are you carrying here? So 57,000, 6,000, 2,000, 9,000, 14,000 and the total is 88,000. Okay, so this is your gross profit which has been brought down. Now next will be writing the indirect expenses. So what are the indirect expenses? We have two salaries. So what have they told here? Salary is 18,000 in general, isn't it? So they have given 18,000 general. So we have 5 departments. So how are you going through this? So that is why we found out the cost of goods sold. So they said expenses are based on the cost of goods sold, a portion based on the proportion of cost of goods sold. So we found out what is the cost of goods sold. That is, the cost of goods sold is 2:2:1:2:2, isn't it? Now this 18,000 will be divided into, so 18,000 into 2 by 9. Okay, so we will I will write it out here. So 18,000 into 2 by 9, so we get 4,000. Clear? Again, 18,000 into 2 by 9, we get 4,000. Again 18,000 into 1 by 9. So here the ratio is 1 divided by 9, we get 2,000. 18,000 into 2 by 9 again. So the ratio is again 2. So you get 4,000. And 18,000 into again 2 by 9. Okay, so we get 4,000. Okay, so 4,000 plus 4,000, 2,000 plus 4,000 and again 4,000, it's again 18,000. So are you getting the total of 18,000? So what was your salary? 18,000. That's why I wrote here. So first problem I wrote here, and next coming problem we'll write it here and then we will divide. Okay, 18,000. The next, to rent rates and taxes. Okay, so how much is the rent rates and taxes? So that is up to 4,500. Now what will you do here? So 4,500 into 2 by 9. Okay, so 4,500 into 2 by 9 again. 4,500 into 1 by 9. 4,500 into 2 by 9 and 4,500 into 2 by 9. So 4,000 into 2 by 9 gives you 1,000, 1,000, and it's 500 here, 1,000 and 1,000. So when you add 1,000 plus 1,000, 2,000, 2,500, okay, 3,500 and 4,500. So total is 4,500. Did you understand? Yes. So next is to insurance. So insurance again. So how much is your insurance amount given? 2,700. So how will you calculate? So insurance is 2,700 into 2 by 9. Okay, the ratio will be the same, but only the amounts are differing. So 2,700 into 1 by 9. 2,700 into 2 by 9. 2,700 into 2 by 9. Because since here you have 2 repeated again, the amounts will be same. If not, you will have different variations of amount. So 600, 600, 300, 600 and 600. So when you add together we get 2,700. Clear? Okay, next is to miscellaneous expenses. So miscellaneous expenses, what is the amount given? 5,400. So again, divide this 5,400 into 2 by 9. 5400 into 2 by 9 again. 5400 into 1 by 9. 5400 into 2 by 9 and 5400 into 2 by 9. So how much are you getting? So it's 1200, 1200, 600, 1200 and 1200. Clear? So this is your miscellaneous expenses. So when you add together we get 5400. Okay. Now look at your gross profit. So we have 57,000. Okay. So now 57,000 is your, so on your credit side we have only gross profit. We don't have any other incomes which has to be added on your credit side. So we have all the expenses. So the expenses were written down. So here we have 57,000. So now first let us look into the total of your debit side. So here we have 4,000 plus 1,000 plus 600 plus 1,200. So how much is this? So you have 6,800, isn't it? So you have 6,800. So what 6,800 is the total year. But your balancing figure is on your debit side. So you have only 6,800. So we have 57,000, that is for your department A. Okay, so what the balancing figure will be on your debit side, that is for department A. So you will write it as to net profit. Okay, so that is 57,000 minus 6,800. Okay, so how much you're getting? The balance is 50,200. Clear? Yes. Now next, look here. So your balance is 6,000 on your on your credit side. Now let us calculate here. It's more on your debit side. That is, we get 4,000 plus 1,000 plus 600 plus 1,200. So we get 6,800 is your total balance on your debit side. So which means you have a credit balance. Okay, you have less here. So it is said to be by net loss. So how much? Okay, so let us write the total here. So this is 57,000. Okay, and what is the total? So you have 6,800 here. So 6,000. Okay, so here we have 6,800 is the total. So here on your credit side we have only 6,000. So which means the balancing figure will be on your credit side. So departments are more here. So you should be very careful to look in the balances here. So what is the balance? So 6,800 minus 6,000, the balance will be 800 on your credit side for department B. Now next we have 2,000 on credit side for department C. But when you compare your department on your debit side, it's more. So how much is the total we have? The total is 3,400, which means you have a net loss again. So 3,400 minus 2,000, it gives you 1,400 for department C. Clear? The next we have 9,000 for department D. Okay, so look at your department D here. So we have 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 6,800. So it is less on your debit side. So you have balancing figure on your debit side. So from 9,000 if you deduct your balances, then you will get balancing figure of 2,200. So what is that balancing figure? You will write it as to net profit 2,200. So what is the total? We get 9,000. Okay, the next we have 14,000 here. So 4,000 plus 1,000, 5, 6,000, 6 plus 6,800 again. So again we have balancing figure on your debit side. So from 14,000 if you deduct 6,800, we get 7,200. So the balance is 14,000. Clear? The next we have, that's it, the total. So you don't have balance here. So in three cases you have net profit, that is for department A, C, A, D and E, and for department B and C you have net loss. So this is the total. So let me write down the total here. Since this is worked on horizontally, I am just dragging and moving it. Okay, so the total will be 2200, because you have 8000 plus 1400, it's 2200. Here 50200 plus 2200 plus 7200, we get 59600. Now, okay, so if you add, you get 59. And if you look at the total balance, you have 88,000 plus 2200, it gives you 90,200. Or from 90,200, if you deduct, you will get this balance. Anyhow, you can write down. Okay, so 57,000, 6,800, 3,400, 9,000, and 14,000. Okay, see, this is how. So look at the full problem. So this is how the problem is. Okay, so you should be careful about your balancing figures. Okay, the balancing figure will not always be on a on your debit side. We will have balancing figure on the credit side as well. So when we worked out this problem, we got to know, isn't it? So in such case, if you have a debit balance, you will write it as net profit, and if you have a credit balance, you will write it as net loss. Okay, and we found out the total here. So this is how you will be finding out your department wise trading and profit and loss account. Clear? So I want you all to work out individually and use your calculators. Please don't just directly copy down the problems. So you understood how are we getting this balancing figure. Okay, so here, so let me tell you all again. Okay, so here on your credit side we had 57,000, but here it was less, so we got the balance, we gave the balance here, and then we got 57. Likewise, we had 6,000 here, but your balance was more here, so you had given the balance here, so you will write it as net loss. So accordingly we worked out. And for department C as well, you had balance on your credit side, and for department D you have a debit balance. Department E, you had again debit balance, and you got the total. Okay, so this is the entire problem. Okay.